So what exactly is Endgame, and when does it start? Well, for the purpose of this video, let's say that Endgame is when the game looks something like this.
Run.
Dude, look at all those, oh my god. It's when there are bosses and elite bosses spawning all the time. It's when the game becomes a constant DPS race between you and the monsters. A race that you know you can never win, but only delay the loss for as long as possible. So how do you survive in this chaos? For sure, each character deserves their own video about this, but there are also certain things that are universally true for everyone. So that's what I'll be covering in this video. And those things are movement speed, items, critical hits, defense, focus, and instinct. I don't really think this needs an explanation, but I will say that having a decent movement speed opens up a lot of options for you. For example, it becomes very easy to find the teleporter, locate items, rush away from danger, and to rescue your teammates. Or leave them to die. Anyways, don't overlook movement speed because it's pretty damn important. At this stage in the game, your items are doing all the heavy lifting, and you are merely there as a way to activate them. So for on-hit items, anything that makes them proc more is super useful. And for on-kill items, having enough of them to create a chain reaction is essential. A good way to combo this is to have enough on-hit items to kill the first monster quickly, and then have enough on-kill items to wipe out the whole area. So endgame is when the game changes from your abilities doing all the work to your items doing all the work. Did you know that critical hits apply to your items too? This means that boosting your crit chance is important for everybody, and since it maxes out at 100, you might as well do that as soon as possible. Because once you do, you'll be doing double damage all the time. What's not to love? And if you're never getting crits, then you're probably going to lose that DPS race I was talking about. So maxing your crit chance is essential to get the most bang for your buck with all your attacking items. I guess you could say that the best defense is to just never get hit, but that's like saying that games are easy because all you have to do is press buttons. And while non-gamers may believe that, the rest of us all know that there's way more to it than that. So until someone figures out a way to dodge every single attack every single time, we're going to need some kind of defensive strategies. Of course, anything like tougher times or personal shield generators are always nice to have. Extra chance to dodge and more shields are just universally helpful. But outside of that, there are basically two major schools of thought here. One of them is to go all shields all the time, and the other is to have a lot of health and health regen. There are pros and cons to each of these, so it's up to you to decide which one works better for you. But for example, the pros of having health and health regen is that you can regenerate during combat. This is very significant, as you can be healed for your max health several times over if you have the right items. This gives you better survivability for taking lots of small hits and coming back from near death, but it won't help you much if you get one-shot killed. Some good examples of this are the engineer turrets with bustling fungus, or the harvester scythes with max crit chance.
Look at your health.
So if you like to play really aggressively and stay in the fight longer, then having health and health regen is probably the way to go. On the other side of the lunar coin, if you want to go all shields all the time, that means taking the Transcendence lunar item. The plus side to this method is that you can easily have more shields than you could have health, so you can survive a large amount of damage at once. It's like insurance against getting one-shot killed, which is pretty common in the late game. Plus, you can keep stacking Transcendences with no additional penalties. And that's pretty awesome, but it's also a really expensive use of your lunar coins. Of course, the big downside to this is that you have to be out of combat completely to regenerate any shields at all. And that's much easier said than done. So if your playstyle is to go in, do a lot of damage, and come back and retreat to heal, then this might be the way to go. Those are two tried and true strategies behind defense. Either way, I don't think it's my place to say which is better, it just really depends on which one agrees more with your playstyle and your items. So last night, I was playing with some people in the Discord server, and the best we could do was like round 6. But I know that in solo runs, we can at least get to like round 10 or higher pretty consistently, so what gives? Well, when I watched the footage back, I realized that I was not completely focused on the game.
Oh no.
Get out of that.
Oh, he dropped the effigy. What a maniac. Look at that. Oh, look out.
Add the risk and risk of rain. Oh my god. Guys.
We were more focused on memeing than actually doing well, and that's fine. Multiplayer is fun like that. But if you're trying to go far into the endgame, it's pretty easy to get distracted by your teammates. So just beware that that exists and that can happen. And it's definitely possible to focus in multiplayer, but it just means you have to be pretty much silent. And what fun is that? So here, I was the last one alive, and I killed the boss, and all I had to do was charge the teleporter and leave. But then I started taking a lot of damage, and my gut reaction was to run away. My teammate immediately knew that that was the wrong idea, but I was too blinded by adrenaline to see it. So I kept running away, and of course, I died. But if I had ran back into the fight and threw my boomerangs like my teammate wanted me to, I might have healed enough to outlive the burn. When your instincts are wrong, like mine were there, it hurts. But they can be improved over time as you play more and experience more scenarios. This kind of automatic or instinctual decision making happens so quickly that you have no time to check yourself. And if you can't check yourself, you might just wreck yourself. Improving your instincts just takes time and experience, but once you do, it'll help you make better split-second decisions when they matter most. Think of it as like the growing pains of the endgame. And there it is, 6 things you can do to survive the chaos a little better. And I just have to say, wow, I am totally blown away by how well the last video was received. It seriously makes my day to read your comments and to talk to you guys on Discord, and especially just to know that there's people out there who actually found that helpful. So if this video is even 10% as helpful as the last one, that'll be a win in my book. So seriously, thank you. Anyways, that's enough of that sappy shit. I hope that you found this helpful, and if you did, then come say hi in Discord. Oh, and speaking of Discord, I think we're building a pretty awesome community there. So here's a huge shout out to all of you who have joined so far. Alrighty, thank you all for watching and have a good day. See you!